Have you ever wondered why we make such a big deal about New Year's? Why do we set off fireworks, sing Auld Lang Syne, and make resolutions we might forget by February? It turns out, celebrating the start of a new year is one of humanity's oldest traditions, with a history that's way more fascinating than just dropping a sparkly ball in Times Square. So, let's travel back in time and uncover the epic story of New Year's celebrations. Our journey begins about 4,000 years ago in ancient Babylon. The Babylonians were the original New Year's party animals, but their celebration, called Akitu, wasn't on January 1st. It took place in late March, coinciding with the vernal equinox, which marked the beginning of spring and the new planting season. This wasn't just a one-night affair. Akitu was a massive 12-day religious festival. Each day had its own specific ritual, involving parades, ceremonies to honor their gods, and a symbolic crowning of a new king or a reaffirmation of the current king's divine mandate. For them, the new year was about rebirth and renewal, washing away the old and welcoming the new, a theme that has stuck around for millennia. Meanwhile, other ancient cultures were celebrating their own versions of the new year, often tied to agricultural or astronomical events. The ancient Egyptians, for example, celebrated their new year, Wepet Renpet, when the star Sirius reappeared in the sky, which usually happened in mid-July. This event coincided with the annual flooding of the Nile River, a crucial event that brought fertile silt to their farmlands. Their celebrations included grand feasts, religious processions, and family gatherings. It was a time of gratitude for the life-giving river and hope for a bountiful harvest. Similarly, in ancient China, the New Year was tied to the lunar calendar. Falling between January 21st and February 20th, it was a time to honor ancestors and deities. A tradition that continues today with the vibrant Lunar New Year celebrations we see all over the world. So, how did we end up with January 1st? For that, we have the ancient Romans to thank. Originally, the Roman calendar had only 10 months and started in March, but around 700 BC, the legendary second king of Rome, Numa Pompilius, supposedly added the months of Januarius and Februarius. For a long time, the New Year still bounced around. It wasn't until 153 BC that January 1st was officially declared the start of the new year. Why? It was the day when the two highest Roman officials, the consuls, began their one-year term in office. This was a practical political decision. Later, in 46 BC, Emperor Julius Caesar introduced the Julian calendar, solar-based calendar that was a huge improvement in accuracy. He reaffirmed January 1st as the start of the year, naming the month after Janus, the Roman god of beginnings and transitions. Janus was depicted with two faces, one looking back at the past and the other looking forward to the future. Sound familiar? This is the very essence of how we still think about New Year's today. However, the adoption of January 1st wasn't a smooth overnight process. As Christianity spread across Europe during the Middle Ages, celebrating New Year's on January 1st was seen as a pagan practice. Early medieval church leaders wanted to replace it with more significant Christian dates, like December 25th, the birth of Jesus, or March 25th, the Feast of the Annunciation. For centuries, different regions in Europe celebrated the New Year on different days. It was a bit chaotic, to say the least. Imagine trying to coordinate international business back then. This all started to change in 1582 when Pope Gregory XIII introduced the Gregorian calendar. This new calendar was a fine-tuning of the Julian calendar, correcting its slight inaccuracies. Along with this reform, he officially restored January 1st as New Year's Day for the Catholic world. Protestant and other countries were slow to adopt it, but eventually, most of the world came on board, standardizing the date we all celebrate today. Now let's talk about the traditions. Where did they all come from? Making New Year's resolutions, for instance, is a tradition that goes way back. The ancient Babylonians are said to have made promises to their gods at the start of each year to pay their debts and return any objects they had borrowed. The Romans also made promises to their god Janus. Early Christians saw the new year as a time for self-reflection and resolving to improve their behavior in the coming year. So, that promise you made to hit the gym more often? You're participating in a tradition that's thousands of years old. What about all the noise, Fireworks, noisemakers, and singing all have deep roots. In many cultures, loud noises were believed to scare away evil spirits and bad luck from the previous year, clearing the way for a fresh, prosperous start. This is why we have fireworks displays, pop champagne corks, and blow on those little paper horns at midnight. The tradition of singing Auld Lang Syne is a bit more recent. It's a Scottish poem written by Robert Burns in 1788, set to the tune of a traditional folk song. The title translates to For Old Time's Sake, and it's a song about remembering old friends and times gone by. 8. It became a New Year's staple in the English-speaking world, perfectly capturing that bittersweet feeling of looking back while moving forward. And of course, we can't forget the food. Different cultures have their own special lucky foods to eat on New Year's. In Spain and some Latin American countries, people eat 12 grapes at the stroke of midnight, one for each month, to bring good luck. In the southern United States, eating black-eyed peas and greens is thought to bring prosperity and good fortune. In many parts of Asia, long noodles are eaten to symbolize a long life. These culinary traditions are all about setting the tone for a year filled with abundance, health, and happiness. Finally, let's look at the modern spectacle. The iconic New Year's Eve ball drop in Times Square, New York City, started in 1907. The first ball was made of iron and wood and weighed 700 pounds. Today, it's a dazzling geodesic sphere, covered in thousands of crystal triangles and LED lights. This single event is watched by billions of people around the globe, testament to how New Year's has become a truly global celebration. From the massive fireworks over Sydney Harbor to the quiet temple bell ringing in Japan, each culture adds its own unique flavor to this ancient tradition. So the next time you're counting down the final seconds of the year, remember that you're part of a tradition that stretches back through empires, religions, and calendars. You're connected to ancient Babylonians hoping for a good harvest, Romans honoring the god of new beginnings, and people all over the world making noise to ward off bad luck. It's more than just a party. It's a celebration of hope, a chance to reflect on the past, and a collective optimistic look toward the future. It's a powerful reminder that despite our different cultures and beliefs, we all share the fundamental human desire for a fresh start. Thanks for joining me on this historical journey. What's your favorite New Year's tradition? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the stories behind our world. Happy New Year, whenever and however you celebrate it. See you in the next video.